Hello everyone, hope everyone's doing okay. It's a very exciting day today because today's the day that I'm starting my tomatoes. Okay, so I have 14 types of tomatoes that I'm going to be starting today. So I'm going to be sowing a few seeds of each variety into these little pots. I'm going to be labelling them and I'm going to keep them in my kitchen under a grow light. Okay, so I'm filling each of these pots with some multi-purpose compost. So my first variety is black cherry. So this is a cherry tomato. So I'm going to be popping in about 5 or 6 seeds. I'm not too worried about them being close together because I can separate them when I repot them. Black cherry. I'm just going to sprinkle compost on top of them, just a thin layer in. And then that there is ready to be watered from underneath. So the black cherry is a vine tomato. It'll grow up to 1.8 metres, so this will be going in my polytunnel. My next variety is black Crimea. This can grow up to 1.5 metres, so this will be going in my polytunnel. So the reason I sow my seeds all in one container, it uses less compost for the first thing, because I'm not starting each seed in a separate pot. I also find that tomatoes are quite forgiving. They're not as hard to grow as sometimes it's made out to be. It doesn't really matter if they're leggy, because you can plant them deep when you're repotting. And as long as you're gentle with them, I've never had a problem. My next variety is Orange Queen, another tall variety up to 1.8 metres. This again will be going in my polytunnel. So if anyone's wondering why I'm growing so many tomatoes, I really love tomatoes. We eat them as snacks, we eat them in cooking. And I for one think you can't have enough tomatoes. The next variety I'm sowing is Balkonzauber. This is a smaller variety that I'm going to grow in a pot and keep that on my patio. Okay, next variety, Oxheart. Never grown this one, so I'm excited about this one. I would love to hear how everyone else sows their tomatoes. So Oxheart is another vine tomato. I think it can grow up to about 2 metres. So this will either go in my polytunnel or in my greenhouse, where I can use a string so that it can grow up to its full capacity. Okay, the next variety, Green Zebra. This is a really tall one, so this can grow up to, I think, 2.7 metres. Yeah, 2.7 metres this can grow up to. So this is definitely going to be going in my polytunnel as well. I'm really excited about this one because I've never grown this variety before. Okay, next one I'm sowing is Tiny Tim. These are a really tiny tomato, up to about 0.3 metres. So really small. Again, I'm going to put these in a pot on my patio. The next variety I've got is St. Pierre. This grows up to about 1 metre. This is probably one I'll keep in my greenhouse. So I only want to actually grow on around 2 of each variety. I probably will keep another as a spare, like I say, in case anything goes wrong. But the rest of them I'll just give away to family and friends. Who doesn't want a tomato plant? That's what I want to know. Okay, next variety, San Marzano, another vine tomato. Can grow up to 2 metres tall. This will be one for my polytunnel so that again I can use the string to support it. Okay, next variety, golden cherry. So this will be really good for snacks. Okay, next variety is Marmande. It's a ribbed tomato, which I've never grown. So this will be quite exciting to see how they come out. That's another reason I wanted to do a lot of varieties, because there's so many I haven't done, and I have got the room to do a few more now. I've got the polytunnel at the allotment, I've got my greenhouse in my garden, and I've also got a porch and a patio. And like I said before, can you ever have enough tomatoes? Can you ever have too many tomatoes? I don't think so. Moneymaker, such a popular tomato. Grown this one before and had success with it. The next variety is Tigerella. Never grown this. I know people that do grow this every single year and rave about it. Apparently it's really good for canning. Okay, so that is 13 of my 14 varieties sown today. I have got a Roma variety that I could sow, but I already have a tray full of Roma seedlings. So I found in my greenhouse an old packet of Roma seeds, and the packet didn't look very good, and neither did any of the seeds, but I thought I'll just sprinkle them all onto this tray and see what comes up, and I think they've all actually germinated. So I'm going to keep a few for myself, and then I'm going to give the rest away to friends and family or anyone at the allotment that might want one. So this is how I would put on all of the other tomatoes once they have come up. So once they germinate and they've got a set of leaves, I then prick them out. And I do that using a pencil or anything sharp that you can just get underneath and tease the roots. I just tease that out, holding a leaf. And then I plant that in its own pot right up to the set of leaves. So tomatoes, whenever I put them on, I make a hole in there and I plant them deep, because the roots come straight from the stem on tomatoes. So it's actually beneficial to grow them deep. So that is how I will repot these tomato seedlings. So as you can see, that is planted really, really deep. So this is just my potting compost tray from the greenhouse, but it's good for watering from underneath, and it's got quite a big space so I can fit them all in. I've got my 4 Roma tomatoes at the back there, from the ones that I sowed a few weeks ago that came up, and then the other 13 are in this bottom section. But I am going to leave this lamp on just for the next probably week or so, just to see what germinates. Some things might take a little bit longer, but I can keep a good eye of them here in the kitchen. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you again soon.